What the fuck is up? It is your host, Erica Nalen, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangover series. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangover series. Welcome, farewell, guten Tag, all the things that we know. I am having an awfully terrible day today, and I was like, I've never been on the podcast and been like, hi, my name's Erica, and I'm in the worst fucking mood of my life. But I am. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm in a good mood because I'm not. And I've genuinely felt like crying about 10 times today, but I've only cried 3. But I have felt like crying 10 times and I've had to like calm myself down. That is the kind of day I'm having where nothing is going correct. And the smallest problems feel like the biggest problems in the world. I got my period yesterday and I am feeling it. I have a heating pad on my body right now because I get the worst cramps ever. Like ever. They hurt and I can't do much because I'm in so much pain. And I'm feeling extra emotional and I'm having a bad day, okay? That's how I'm feeling. I have a purple face mask on right now because I was like, maybe that would make me feel better, but I can feel it drying on my face right now, so I'm like, okay, in like 10 minutes, I'm probably not even going to be able to move my face and talk anymore, but I have that on my face. I have an iced coffee, and I'm here to chat with you guys. I just started off on such a negative note, but I just had to, okay? Why am I having such a bad day? Well, I think it's because I'm on my period and I'm having cramps and that just makes me extra emotional. I always know I'm going to get my period because the week before I am crying over everything, and any word or like sentence anyone says to me that is not even supposed to be mean but feels mean makes me cry. If anything doesn't go correctly, I will cry. And if anyone looks at me weird, I will cry. Or if I like stub my toe and it doesn't really hurt, I will cry. And I get extra frustrated. I'm like extra irritable. Like, it's just the worst. And my girls know. Like, you guys obviously know this feeling. And it's like January 4th when I'm filming this, and I'm going back to Chicago tomorrow. So I have a lot to do, and I have a lot that I didn't do, and I think that is just like pissing me off and making me more stressed and more emotional because I'm like, I really didn't do anything I was going to say, and I really didn't set myself up for success, and it's pissing me off. But I was going to be honest with you guys and tell you that I've had like the busiest, craziest couple of weeks, honestly, where I think I overpacked my schedule and I said yes to too many things, which I saw a couple of videos on TikToks of people being like, one of my New Year goals is to say yes to more things and go do more things. And I was watching those thinking, I think I have the opposite problem. I think that I need to say no to more things and I need to stop doing so many things. Like, I have the problem of saying yes to everything and then overdoing it and draining myself and then getting super frustrated and pissed off and feeling so out of touch with what I'm doing, and like everything just becomes wild and crazy and then I get mad. So I actually need to work on saying no this year, and saying no. Like, no, I can't do that. Even if I want to, I need to be like, no, you're staying inside and you're not doing that. So I need to work on saying no this year. And I had an episode about what I was doing before 2026 happened. And I did some of the things, but I literally said yes to too many things and ran out of time to do the other things. So I haven't written down my goals for 2026 and I haven't written like a letter to myself. And I was getting annoyed by the fact that I didn't do that because I just was like, what? I literally told you guys, like, it takes 30 minutes to do, but I couldn't even give myself 30 minutes to do it myself. So if you also didn't write any goals down or you haven't done anything, like, hi, me neither. And I made a whole podcast episode about things I was going to do. And then I didn't do them because I ran out of time. Even though it sounded so simple in the moment, I couldn't also give myself 30 minutes to write down my goals. And I have had literally what feels like no time to think about my goals. So I have a lot of things to do. And since I'm going back home to Chicago tomorrow, I have a lot of things that I need to do before I do that. And one of them is laundry. I have started doing that today. And the other is packing. And those do seem like very simple tasks, and they are, but for some reason, like, nothing is feeling like a simple task today because I'm angry, emotional, and in pain. I also do need to write down my goals, but I feel like I haven't had time to like think and be alone and have time to even like set my intentions. Like, I didn't even have time to make my mood board and add to it, and I think I'm going to do that this weekend. So I think my 2026 is starting on January 10th because I think that's this Saturday. I think that is when I'm going to start January. I think that is when I'm starting 2026. 10 days late because, sorry, I didn't have time. Like, Christmas happened, the New Year's Eve happened, like, everything happened so fast, and I had to see a lot of people. I had to do a lot of things. A lot of things happened, and I didn't have time to do it. Okay? So I think I'm starting 2026 on January 10th, and I'm gonna print out mood boards. I'm gonna do all the things that I said I was gonna do before 2026 began, and I'm gonna do it then. And I'm gonna forgive myself because I would want someone else to forgive themselves for not doing it. So I'm gonna forgive myself right here, right now, okay? I also am gonna have my sister sage me later because she bought sage, and I'm pretty sure they like saged my mom's house or something. And I saw it sitting there, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to be fucking saged. Maybe I need saged. That is what I need for the new year. So I'm also going to be saging myself later. My face is feeling like so tight and dry right now from this face mask. I bought it from, I think, Ulta the other day. It's by like Benefit, and they had a sale where you could buy like 3 minis for like $30 or something. And those always get me. Like, always get me. Like, the lady was like, you can buy 3 for $30. And I was like, oh, I'm sold. And they had a face mask, and it was purple, and it's like one that I think it's like the blackheads and shit out of you. So I was like, yeah, I'm buying that immediately. I'm buying that. So I bought that. Really wanted to do it before 2026 began. Didn't. So I am multitasking right now, and I have it on my face while I'm talking to you guys. Okay. But I'm going to get saged later when my sister gets back home. I asked my mom, I'm like, does that sage still work? Can you use sage multiple times? Someone needs to sage me. Like, I need saged. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. I'm drinking a hazelnut latte. I get stressed before I order my coffee orders sometimes. Today I did that. I was like getting really impatient because there were like 10 or 15 cars in line at Starbucks, and I was like, oh my F. If this line doesn't hurry up, like, I'm going to scream. Like, that's how impatient I was feeling today. And it went by kind of fast, but then I was like, do I want a vanilla latte? Do I want a caramel latte? Do I want a hazelnut latte? Like, I don't know what I want, and I want all of them. And sometimes I like change my order last minute. Like, I really love hazelnut, and then I'm like, I want caramel. And then I have the first sip of caramel, and then I'm like, fuck, I wanted hazelnut, you know? And I didn't want to order the wrong thing today because I was like, okay, I'm pissed off. I'm in a bad mood. That's how I was feeling. And I got hazelnut, and it's okay. It's not the best latte I've ever had, but it's not the worst. And it's going to get me through the fucking day. I also went to the bank, and the like ATM machine was down and not working, so then that pissed me off. And something else definitely happened that angered me. I can't remember the third thing, but I swear there was a third thing that like angered me. Angered me bad. Angered me real bad. But anyways, we're gonna move on from being angry. We're gonna move on from me being the most negative Nancy that I've ever been on the pod, which I hope you guys all know that I am like this other days of the week. Like, I feel like I sit down here and I'm like, "Arr!" And I'm not always like that. Sometimes I'm an angry fucking Nancy. Okay? But we are going to go through our New Year's Eve recap, and we're going to talk about what we accomplished on New Year's Eve from last week's episode. So if you haven't listened to last week's episode, I would go listen to that first, or re-listen to that if you don't remember anything, because I don't expect you to remember anything. But I'm going to go through if we accomplished any of the goals we set for ourselves and talk about how our New Year's Eve night went down. Because it was definitely an interesting night, and it was definitely fun. And yeah, I think the best way to describe it is interesting. Interesting. So let's switch from being negative Nancy's and let's go into a recap. Okay, so first and foremost, I just want you all to know that we completed no goals that we set for ourselves, like literally no goals, which I kind of had a feeling that wasn't going to happen, or had a feeling we weren't going to finish any goals, and that's exactly what happened, because once I started taking some tequila shots, I was like, yeah, no, I don't remember my goals anymore. I don't even know who I am right now. So we basically played Do or Drink, and then we had a photo shoot, of course, because I wanted this like really specific photo of me laying on the bed with my feet in the air. Got the photo I wanted, and then I obviously wanted to make TikToks. Looked at them the next day and was like, I should not make TikToks drunk. Like, I should only be making those sober, because they never turn out how I want them to. And then I think we headed to the bar. I'm pretty sure we headed to the bar after that, and we got there and immediately went to the bar that I thought was a karaoke bar. Shortly realized it's not a karaoke bar at all. Like, literally don't know where I gathered that information from. It's not a karaoke bar. It is a live music bar where like they have a band and they play music, but they let people on stage and stuff, like random people. You can just like kind of walk on stage with the band. So I think that's where I gathered that it was a karaoke bar or something, because there was a band playing music. I don't know. But we went in there. You had like unlimited drinks with the wristband we got, but you couldn't get seltzers with it, which like I normally hate seltzers, but for some reason I was going to try to drink seltzers all night long because I felt like that would be good for me. But then they were like, you can't have seltzers. So I was like, fuck, vodka soda it is. So we had some vodka sodas. We waddled our way around the bar. These two men approached us. Like, this is like the first time this has ever happened in my life. These two men approached us and were talking to us about, I don't even know what. They said they were like there for work or something, and we're like, do you guys come here often? I'm like, you don't even know the half of it. And I know we took tequila shots with them, and then I think they asked for our phone numbers, and we went to the bathroom and ran away from them because I was like, okay, I literally can't do this right now. We just got here. And then as we were leaving this karaoke, that's not a karaoke bar thingy mabobber, Felicia asks like the oldest man in there to take a photo of us. Like, I'm not even kidding. If you can think of the oldest man that would be at a bar, like not the oldest man ever, but like the oldest man that would be in a bar, like it's giving 80 years old. Think of him. And she goes up to him and is like, will you take a photo of us? And I'm like looking around like, is it like is this not the oldest man in here? But like, he killed it, you know, he killed that photo. Not that 80-year-olds don't know how to take photos, but that's just like not who I would pick to take our photo. But Anyways, this sweet 80-year-old man took a photo of us, and after he took it, he's like, starts walking away, and I'm like, oh, how's your night? Like, just making, nice conversation. And then he's like, I got a table at the country bar if you want to come. And I'm like, table, country bar, shots, vodka, tequila. All those words start flowing through my head. So I'm like, yes, we would like to come. So we start following this 80-year-old man to the country bar, which I had been to before. And I don't actually know if it's a country bar. Like, I think it is. I think it's like one of those bars. I think it's called like Coyote or something. Like, it was giving that energy. Maybe it's actually called that, but it's, I think, like, supposed to be based off of one of those Coyote movies. I've like never seen that movie, but like I know that there's bars that are like based off of that movie, and I think that's what this bar is supposed to be giving. So we followed him to that bar, and this was like the funniest thing I've ever seen, because I was just like, this is just funny. So we are approaching the country bar where this man says he has a table with his friends at, and he just like opens the little security thing and like just walks in line and like skips everybody that is waiting in line. So I obviously followed him because I thought like, oh, maybe if you have a table in there, like you can go in first or something, because honestly that kind of made sense to me. Like I was like, oh, because he has a table, like he can probably skip the line, I don't know. So he does that. And then all these people in line are like, hey, you're cutting the line, old man. Like, you're cutting the line. Rah, 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 rah. And he's like, I have a gold wristband. He like lifts up his wrist and he's like, I have a gold wristband. And everyone in line is like, we all have gold wristbands. Like, you had to have a gold wristband to come into this bar area. And he's like, oh, I have a table. And they're like, doesn't matter. And he's like, okay, I'm not moving. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, okay. And then this girl like turns around and looks at me and she's like, what a fucking asshole. Like, this guy thinks he can just cut the line. And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. But like, I don't know if they just didn't realize that I also just cut the line because I was just following this old man. Okay. Then we lost him because then there were people like more our age behind us that we started talking to, and they had the platinum wristbands. And the platinum wristbands came with shots. So we took shots with the platinum wristband people. And yeah, which this is like so interesting. And I feel like none of you probably care about this platinum, gold, that shit. I don't know. This is just how I feel like explaining things. Also, my face is becoming like so dry and tight right now from this face mask that I'm like really not able to think. But anyways, then we go in there. There's like people dancing, people living their lives. There's a DJ, I think. Then we see the old 80-year-old man again, and he's like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, hey. And his friends are like, wait, you know him? And I'm like, not really. We just like cut the line with him. And they're like, oh, come in here. And we came in there and we had a drink with them. And then we left. And then I think we went back to the karaoke bar. And then all of a sudden it was midnight, and they had a ball drop and they had fireworks, and that was happening. And I think they had like free champagne, and there was some random man on stage that was yelling like 2026 Happy New Year, hey, everybody yell, everybody this, like one of those people. But he was like so good at it that I was like, who is this man? And like, he has to be like famous or something. Like, he has to be some famous person, because like, who is this and how did he get the job of being on stage? Like, I want to be on stage and I want to be yelling 2026, hey, Happy New Year. Like, I want to be doing that. Don't know how he got that job. I was asking like literally everyone. I'm like, do you know who that is? And they're like, no. When I was asking the security guard, I'm like, who is that? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, why does no one know who this man is? I have questions. I also didn't make a music video. I don't know why I thought I was gonna even be able to like do that, but I don't think these bars were giving music video energy. Like, I don't think anyone would have wanted to make a music video there. These people were not giving. We want to be in this random girl's music video. We also forgot to ask for 2 pennies. I genuinely like forgot that the fountain that I wanted to swim in even existed, so probably for the better. Nobody told Felicia that they felt her energy, unless I'm like forgetting someone doing that, but I don't think anyone did that. And then I think which this is like the funniest part to me, but like not funny, but like funny, is that in Do or Drink, one of the questions was like, have you ever fallen down the stairs while like drinking or out or something? And I told the story about how I fell down the stairs at a frat party, and then I forgot that I actually fell down the stairs like shortly after that again at another party, but I don't know if it was raining that night, but I kind of feel like the stairs were slippery or something from beer or something, and I fell down the stairs at another party once. And that hurt really bad. Like I had a bruise from the bottom of my thigh to like my back. Like the bruise was huge. Like that was like a really bad fall. And these stairs were like so steep and wooden and old, and oh my god, it hurt so bad. I was like literally bawling my eyes out. So I guess I've actually fallen down the stairs twice that I know of. There actually could be more times, but I found a video of me crying the second time because everyone was laughing at me and I was like bawling my eyes out and everyone was like and I was like, wait, I'm in so much pain. So yeah, I've actually fallen down the stairs twice, but the funniest thing is that Felicia was like, I've never fallen down the stairs, like I know how to walk. And then on New Year's Eve when we were out at the bar, she slipped on like some snow or something and fell down the stairs at the bar. And I don't know why that is just so funny to me, because she, in last week's episode, she's like, I have never fallen down the stairs. Like, I would just sit on my butt and slide if it was unwalkable. And then, like, literally 3 hours later, she fell down the stairs from slipping on ice or snow or whatever. So that was really funny to me. And I just had to tell you that because it's just ironic and it's funny. And I feel like everyone has fallen down the stairs. Like, if you're not falling down the stairs, what are you doing? That was like a pretty typical normal night out, but I think my favorite and the weirdest part about our night is that when we got back to our hotel, we walk in the lobby and there's these like 3 men that looked like they were in their like 30s sitting at one of the restaurant tables with a huge bottle of whiskey, just like sitting at this table saying hi to like literally everybody walking in the hotel. So obviously us being the people we are, we're like, hi, and they're like, hi, and they're like, you guys can come sit with us if you want, and we're like, yeah, we want to sit with you guys. So we went upstairs and we put on pajamas and I grabbed the french fries that I had left over from dinner, and we went downstairs and sat with these men with their bottle of whiskey. Luckily, I like wasn't drunk enough to the point where I would ever want whiskey, because sometimes I feel like if I was like super drunk, I probably would have been like, I want whiskey. I want to drink that whiskey. Luckily, I didn't do that. I was focused on finding a microwave to heat up my fries, and I drank water. But I think my friend was drinking whiskey maybe. Or maybe she just wanted to try it, I feel like, you know, because it was a really nice bottle of whiskey. So we sat with them and we were talking to them for like maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. It might have been actually longer. I feel like we were with them for way too long and far too long. And I don't even know what we were talking about. I think they were telling us like they rented out one of the floors. And they're like, when you're old like us, you'll be able to rent out hotel floors. And I was like, what? Why would I need to rent out a hotel floor? And they're like, that's what you do when you have a lot of friends and you're our age and you make money. And I'm like, okay. I cannot move my face right now. Like, I have no facial expression at all. I'm trying to lift up my eyebrows and I can't. Anyways, we sat with them and we're chatting about whatever they were talking about and whatever we were telling them. I think they were asking us questions about our lives, and they were telling us random stories. And then all of a sudden, this other man that walked in the lobby also joined the party, and he like pulled out a bottle of pickle vodka. No one drank it. And yeah. And then all of a sudden, these people that they also knew came in, and then I was like, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. That was our New Year's Eve weekend. I don't even know if that was interesting to share, but I wanted to share it because I feel like I ended last week's episode. I was just like, bye, and gave no context of what was coming next. So I feel like you needed an update on if we accomplished our goals and what we even did. So it was a very random night, but it was fun. It was fun for sure. We left at like 2 p.m. the next day to drive back to Nebraska, and I was so exhausted. So luckily, I drove the way there, and then my friend drove the way back because she does not get hungover like I do, or at least she doesn't show it. Like, I feel like I get hungover and I'm like tired and headachy and just unwell. And she's one of those people that can wake up hungover, but like doesn't look hungover and feels amazing. And I'm jealous of people like that. But we drove back. We stopped at like 2 gas stations. We got really good breakfast sandwiches and strawberry lattes. I've been really into strawberry and blueberry lattes, but not everywhere has blueberry, but like everywhere needs to have blueberry. Like, blueberry lattes will change your life. They are so freaking good. Yeah, I feel like I'm actually kind of in a better mood now that I sat down and talked to you guys. Even though it might not sound like it because my voice has not changed at all, I swear I'm in a better mood. But my cramps still hurt. I don't know if it's time that I can take more Advil, but I need to look, and I hope that it is. I'm gonna pack. I'm gonna get saged, and maybe someone got me a calendar for Christmas, so maybe I can like make a calendar of things that I need to do and like get my shit together. But anywho, I hope you guys are all having a good start to 2026, and I hope that we all accomplish a lot of good shit this year. I did say I had a good feeling it was going to be a good year, and I do still feel that. I think I'm just having a bad week or a bad day, but I hope that I'm in a holly jolly good spirit by the end of this week. Like, hopefully I have my life back together. I think I just need to do like a hot yoga class and relax and like have a relaxing day where I don't go on my phone for a day. I saw someone also say that on TikTok, like they didn't go on social media for like 3 days or something. And personally, I don't know if I could do 3 days, but I think I could do a day. And I don't remember the last time I ever did that. So maybe I need to like have a day where I don't go on my phone and I go do hot yoga and I sit and meditate all day. Maybe that would make me feel better. I don't know. But thank you for tuning in. I hope that this episode was somewhat okay to listen to. And I hope that you had a safe and happy New Year's Eve and a safe and happy 2026 so far. And wishing you all the best. And thank you for tuning in. I will catch you guys next week. Bye.